divided into, sir, I think it's queen side and king side are divided, and which since on the queen side have the Q.
Yes.
And then the number, and which are on the king side, they have the K and then the number or the letter.
Correct, correct. So let me start. Sahil has also joined. Hey, hi Sahil. Okay. So as I said, I'll just recap. This is an older descriptive notation. All of you know the E4, E5, NF3, NC6. That is called like the algebraic notation. Okay, it is called as algebraic notation. Now this is the older chess notation. This also you can write your chess game even in this notation. Okay, it used to be very popular and it is still very popular in England. Okay, British. This is a British origination, and like you know, now we are using kilometers and whatever centimeters, kilogram, etc. But British people still continue to use miles and pounds and yards and furlongs, right? So similarly here also, many British people continue to use this older notation. Plus there are many books written in this notation. So what should happen is, this is not the predominant notation. So everybody nowadays will write in the algebraic only, but you should know this. Okay, so that is why I am important, and I'm just telling you how it is to be read. It is very simple. Okay, once you apply it, actually it is simpler to understand and write down. Okay, only thing is that it takes more space. You write what earlier you could just write in 2 letters, now sometimes you have to write 4 letters. Okay, that's all. Okay, so first thing is that the ranks in the algebraic notation, there is a unique number for the ranks. It is always from the white side, starting from the base 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Horizontal rows. Ranks are horizontal rows, and it is in algebraic, it is always unique. First row means always white side base. Second row means white side pawns where they stand. That is what it is. Even when you are looking at it from the black side, you will say, okay, your base is number 8, rank number 8, and then your black pawns are starting on rank number 7, right? That is how it is. But in descriptive notation, it is different. White, from white's perspective, he will start 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. See everything that is written in the white font here. Okay, white's font means it is from white side. So it starts with 1 and goes up to 8. QR1 to QR8, QN1 to QN8. But from black side, it is written in black font. Can you see? What is QR8 for white is QR1 for black, because he is looking at it from his perspective. Okay, so he will start from his side as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so this is the first difference. Second difference is that instead of having a unique names like for the files, we were having the name A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, which is unique. A means A, irrespective of whether it is white is looking at it or black is looking at it. The position of A, it is a queen side rook file from the white side, and it is queen side rook file from the black side also, right? It was always A. But here what happens is, they are given a name based on whether it is like this. QR means queen side rook file. QN means queen side knight file. QB means queen side bishop file. Q means queen file. K means king file. Then KB means king side bishop file. KN means king side knight file, and KR means king side rook file. That is how the names are given. Okay, so can you see here, A1 in algebraic notation is QR1 from the white side and QR8 from the black side, right? What will be H8? Can you look at it? H8. H8 means the top right corner here, right? This one. In the descriptive notation, it is called as king rook 1 from the black side or king rook 8 from the white side. Got it? Everyone got this?
Sir, I did not understand the example you gave.
Yeah, I think you will get it once you see this. You will be able to understand it. I will show it. Okay, but you got this king. Why it is H8 is king rook 8? You understand? H8 means this corner here, right? No. Right. That is either. Yeah.
Sir, I understood how they have kept the names, but later I do not know how do they play with this.
I will tell you. Playing is same. It is just writing down is different. Okay, I want to go around and check. Yashika, you understood this? Sahil, Venkatesh, Ramnath, Ishan. You can unmute and tell.
Yeah.
Okay, I have checked it on the thing. It is confusing. Yeah, it is confusing. Initially, it will be confusing, but once you just do a little bit practice, it will be okay. And again, this is just for reference. You keep it. If you come across some book like this, then you have to use it. So I'm just today you are just going to learn it briefly. Okay, but the thing is this. So and this in this notation, the pawn is explicitly written with a symbol called P, capital P. So P dash QB4 means pawn is moving to queen side bishop 4. That is what is this mean. In algebraic notation, pawn ke liye we never write P, right? All other pieces we write it. The other letters remain same. B is for bishop, okay. N is for knight, K is for king, Q is for queen, R is for rook. Everything else is same. Only thing is that for pawn we write explicitly P, okay. So we write it as P. So we will I will see an example, okay. So we will see this example. Let us take algebraic notation E4 E5, okay. Now what does that mean on here E4, okay. In algebraic notation here, what is this called? First of all, let us identify how this is written. This will be written as P dash, which square it has gone to. What is this file? This is king file. And white is writing the, it is always, white's move is written from white's perspective. So it is written, what is the number? K1, K2, K3, K4. So pawn to K4. You got it?
PK4.
PK4. So if you see this here, same move, I have given it in English descriptive notation and below it in algebraic. See, 1 E4, it is written as P dash K4. Okay, it is always a dash between the letter and the square. Okay, in English notation, not in algebraic notation, in English notation. So here P dash K4. Okay, now black plays E5. Now this move will we are writing it in algebraic as E5. In descriptive notation, it will be written from the black side. What is the square name of this one? First of all, piece moving is P. So P dash.
PK5.
Not PK5, it is PK4. Because from the black side you are writing. Again, K1, K2.
It's the
K3.
first person
Sir,
POV.
sir, if we copy the move from our side, there will be the same moves as the opponent side.
Yeah, it will be look similar. Exactly. If you look similar, because from the black side, again, you are starting with 1, 2, 3, 4. So it is written here. If you see here, E5 here in algebraic, but it is written as P dash K4 in the black side. Okay. Now, knight to F3. Let us come back here and see. Knight is coming to F3 here. So knight, how we will write it? We will write it as N dash. What is this square name? See, this is
B3, N, K,
B3.
correct. N dash KB3. KB means king bishop. See, this is king side bishop. And 1, 2, 3. You are right. N dash KB3. Can you see this here? N dash KB3. And now, if you write black plays knight C6. So how will we write this?
NQB3.
NQB3.
Correct. Absolutely right. So NQB3. Okay. So this is the way that we write it. Now bishop to C4. We wrote it in English. I mean, in descriptive, it is bishop to C4. In here, it will be bishop to
C4.
No, not C. C is algebraic. In here, you will write it as QB4. Right? This is queen bishop. See, this is queen rook, queen knight, queen bishop file. This file is known as queen bishop file, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? So actually, it is to be written as B QB4, but because they will sometimes drop something, okay, because what do you call it is possible only one bishop can move here. This bishop can never move here, right? Bishop to B4. So they sometimes they make it as B to B4, bishop to B4. Actually, if you go, then you have to write it as B dash QB4. Okay. Similarly, black plays this. It is black side also B to B4 or B to QB4. Okay. So this is how it is written. Okay. Now, if in Ivan's gambit, this is the Ivan's gambit, you play pawn to b4 now, offer a sacrifice of a pawn. Okay, but this is called written simply as b4 in algebraic. In English notation, we will write it as pawn to where?
Qn4.
Qn4, correct. Pawn to queen side knight 4.
P
Yeah.
dash Qn4.
Perfect. You have got it here. PQN4, right? And then if bishop takes the pawn, then this is written as, here it is written as bishop crosses knight pawn. Okay, NP means knight pawn. Okay, so this is how, and it is written explicitly with a cross here. Okay, so B cross NP. But
It is
in,
just like the algebraic notation, right?
yeah, it is very similar, just a little bit here. Here we wrote as B crosses B4. There we wrote it as
Bx B4. Bx and 4.
yeah, B cross, we will not say X, B cross NP, knight pawn. Okay.
Okay, X B cross NP.
Yeah. So what I have done is I have given the entire game here to be played in algebraic notation and its corresponding English descriptive notation. So I want you to go today and set up the chessboard, make the movements using this algebraic notation, and then you first of all write down what you think will be the English descriptive notation, and then check it whether you have got it right as per this. Okay. One by one you can go, and you don't have to write the full thing and then check, because then you'll get confused. Every move you write it first, then you check whether it is matching with the English descriptive notation or so.
Sir,
Yeah.
sir, can you get back to the board where you showed us all them? Can I just take a print screen of it?
Yeah, you can.
The board means like the board on the PP, where you showed us with all the English notation there.
I am going to send the handout itself. Handout itself I have sent it today morning. So you don't have to worry. This PDF is there with you. You don't need, you don't necessarily need to take a screenshot from here. It is already, the PDF is there on the WhatsApp group. You can download it. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So this is what it is. Okay. It is very, very simple. It is. Okay. And so you just follow it and you this and you will understand. Okay. And now I'm going to tell you in chess notation, earlier we have just in algebraic notation also, there are some more symbols that we need to learn, because see, it is like this. Chess, as you learn more, you have to read books, and there are more and more intricate, entire like one game. Sometimes someone will be analyzing the game and it will come to some 10 pages of analysis. Okay. As you go forward. Let me see, something is happening on the thing. Yo, why is Vihan Damija not is not there in this? Okay, all right. So entire, what I was saying is entire books are written and there are a lot of analysis. So where, see, they have to write it like, oh, this thing now white is advantage, white is going to attack this way, etc. Instead of writing it in English, the masters write it in symbols. Okay. And why the symbols? Because those symbols are not tied to any language. Anywhere in the world, if you go, everybody understands these symbols, right? So the chess masters have created not just the algebraic notation that you see here, E4, E5, to describe the game, but to also many other things in the game which happen in the game, they describe it. So can you see these symbols? I want you to learn these symbols also. Okay.
So I took a print screen of the symbols.
Okay, fine. Anyway, it is there with you. No problem. I think it's okay. But see, white is slightly better. How it is written? It is written with a plus sign on top of an equal sign. Okay. Because it is only slightly better. Okay. So it is almost equal. What does it mean? It is almost equal, but with white having slight advantage. The other way, you turn it around and then you see if equal to sign is there and below that plus is there, then that means black is slightly better. Okay.
Sir,
Yeah.
uh, uh, sir, in the English notations, if we write all this, it will be a 10 pages analysis.
But that is why they don't write it like why it is slightly better. They just put one symbol plus equal to, right? Then you know what is the thing. And it is, and these symbols are there in both English as well as in algebraic notation. Okay, but more so in algebraic notation. So we'll go down. If white clearly is better, not slightly better, then it is written with plus over the minus sign. Okay, then white has the upper hand, means white is clearly better. If it is reverse, it minus is over the plus, that means black has got the upper hand. Means upper hand means what? Definite advantage. Okay, if plus is followed by minus, that means white has winning advantage. Winning advantage means you can just exchange everything and you will be able to clearly win. Okay, you don't need to bother about thing. You don't need to bother about playing complex thing. Plus minus means that it is technically a one game. You just have to convert it into a checkmate. Okay, and similarly minus plus means black has got the winning advantage. Okay, all right. Any questions on this?
No, no, but I have one more question. What is the when I was playing a game, when I had a draw with someone, it had written some type of draw in the middle of the game. It said like Mughal draw, something like that it was.
What is that?
Sir, when I was playing a game, we had a draw in just the stems of the starting moves of the game. I sent a draw for someone, accepted it.
Yeah.
And then it came something, a draw that started with M.
I don't know. Maybe you can just send a screenshot to me. I will check. Okay.
So
Fine.
that game is now long gone.
Yeah, fine. Now the other symbols, we'll continue the other symbols. Equal to symbol is for equality, means both the game is equal. Both of them are having equal things, right? Similarly, infinite symbol, that loop like symbol, that means it is unclear position, means it is very complicated. You don't know what is what. Okay. Then sometimes there is only one move, right? Sometimes you are given a check and then, or you are going to get a mated, and to prevent the checkmate, you have to make only one possible move. Then they will, if that is the case and it is not obvious, then they will write it with a square there. That square means with only move. Okay. So there are like this, there are a lot of symbols are there with the idea, development advantage, space advantage, time advantage. Then there are different kinds of move ke liye, every move, it can be a good move, bad move, etc. So there are 6 symbols for it. Okay, question mark followed by exclamation mark means it is inaccurate, but not very bad move, but it is inaccurate move. Okay, clear single question mark means it is a mistake. Okay, and double question mark means it is a blunder. Blunder means you are losing the game with that move. Okay, mistake means you are giving a clear advantage to the other side. Inaccuracy means you are giving a slight advantage to the other side. Okay, now you reverse it. Question mark followed by exclamation was inaccuracy. Exclamation mark followed by question mark means it is an interesting move. It is a interesting move. Okay. Single exclamation marks means it is a good move, and double exclamation mark means it is a brilliant move. Okay. Then I have taught you about Zugzwang. Yeah, Vihan, you are having a question?
Yes, sir. I wanted to say that I did not get the link in the L3 group.
Oh, you are in the L3 group. I will just check what in why. In the are you not there in the, I think you are not there in the this one group, huh? I mean, who else is there? Let me see. There are a lot of people. I think you are not there in the, okay, I will add you to this group. No problem.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Fine. Fine. Then there are similarly Zugzwang is written in this symbol. Okay. And then similarly there are other symbols like with initiative, with attack, with counter attack, etc. Okay. So these are important for you to know, because as you go forward, you will come across many articles that will be written, and there you will see this symbol. So it is important to know. And see this, you should know this by heart, but it is very, it is not that you have to raw by heart it. I think you have to just understand the logic, and then you will be able to remember everything.
So,
Yeah.
so the white counterplay, what's the black counterplay?
No, counterplay means both of them have got a play against each other. The very fact that counterplay is there means both sides have got chances for attack and chances for active play. It is not just one side. If it is one side, then it is written with attack. See here, this one, right? It will be written either the previous symbol, dark arrow, that will be written either, if it is written after white smoke, that means white has got the attack. If it is written after black smoke, that means black has got the attack. Okay, but if it is written as that two arrows, that means both sides have got a attacking possibilities on each other.
Counter attack.
Yeah.
So what is the white initiative? With initiative?
Okay, with initiative means you are dictating, or it is like this. Have you seen tennis? Whoever serves, right, generally wins the game, right? And then they alternate the service, right? All of you,
Yes, sir.
right? Even in badminton, normally the serving guy has got a slight advantage because he decides how that game will proceed, right? Because he can serve it in the center or to the side, or drop it short or put it in the corner,
Oh,
etc.
I got it, sir. I got it.
So that is
sir,
what is initiative.
Badminton.
Yeah.
Sir,
So
I played badminton, so I know.
okay,
I was
very good.
badminton.
So initiative means who is deciding the course, because normally if one side is having a strong attack, then the other side has to respond to that attack. It cannot play something on its own, right? Normally. So whichever side is dictating the course of the game and to which the other side is responding, so that side is having initiative. Okay. And sometimes it may shift. Okay, initiative can shift, because if you play some weak move, then because you have the initiative, but because you make a weak move, then the other side can start attacking. Then we will say the initiative has shifted from one side to the other. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So this is about the symbols. Okay. And so I think key thing is that I think Vihan, you joined slightly late, so but I'm going to share the recording, and there are previous video of the previous class is available. I will send that, you can watch it. But key thing is that this English notation you have to play through at least one game. You have to play through and understand how the English notation, and verify that you are able to get it. Okay.
Will you share this?
Yes, this is already. Oh yeah, I will share this. I think you have not got it. Others have got it. I will share it. Okay.
Yes.
Then I'm going to be talking about this, what do you call? Okay, this is another notation system, but probably I will take this later on because it is an advanced level notation. This is how the opening books are written. There are a lot of opening books which are giving you all the openings, etc. But I will explain this, what it means. It is written in algebraic. So actually, let me take a stab at it. Okay, let me take it. See, this is how the opening. There was a publisher called Chess Informant. Okay, he in the 1960s they started Yugoslavia, and they came up with something called as Encyclopedia of Chess Openings. You know the Encyclopedia Britannica, you know? How many of you know Encyclopedia Britannica or any other encyclopedia? Right?
No, sir.
Yeah, you know, right? So it is what is the encyclopedia? It is having a knowledge about everything in the world. It is right to write, but obviously you cannot write it in one book, right? So if you see the Encyclopedia Britannica, it has got 18 volumes, volume 1 to volume 18. I don't know, now it may be 20 or 24. But when I was looking at it and my student days, that there used to be 18 volumes, and it had every knowledge in the world about it. Okay, right from astronomy, and astrophysics, all the way to zoology and A to Z, everything. Okay, and so all that knowledge is there. So similarly, there is something called as Chess Encyclopedia. Okay, and Chess Encyclopedia, again, it is not just one thing. There is an opening encyclopedia, there is a middle game encyclopedia, there is an end game encyclopedia. And opening encyclopedia itself consists of 5 large books of this much size. Now it is all digital, so you don't have to buy the books. But earlier they used to get published like 500-page books. Okay, and there were 5 such volumes. So all of this you should just know, because if you if you start going deep into it, chess, then you will need to know all of this. Okay, so I'm going to explain how they used to write it. So this opening encyclopedia, how it used to write. So first of all, they created symbols like this B01. They created each opening, they gave a name starting from A00 to A99, B00 to B99, C00 to C99. So like this, there are A, B, C, D, E, 5 volumes. Each volume, there are 100 codes, 00 to 99. Okay. So, and within each code, there is one line of opening they have described. Okay. So 500 total lines like this are described in 5 volumes. And the way they write it is this. See, it is at the top, it is the topical line. It is called as topical because everything else in that table will be following after whatever is given here. So here it is given 1 E4 D5. E4 D5 means, what is the thing? E4 D5 means E4 D5. Scandinavian defense, right? Here, you can read up here in Lichess what happens in Scandinavian. But everything after this, they have described it. So you will see that this is ending in 1. So the columns are ending in 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, like this they are going. Means they are the moves. After E4, D5, it could be E D5 and NF6. Each one, E D5 is white's move, NF6 is black move. D4 is white's move, knight to D5 is black move. So it goes horizontally like this. Okay, E4, D5 followed by, and D, what are these? These are called as line numbers. Line number 1 means row 1. Line number 2 means row 2. Line number 3 means row 3. Row 4, row 5, like this. Okay. And just to so that you understand it, the second, look at the second table. It is starting with here E4, D5, E D5, Queen D5 toward the end, bottom of the page. It is ending after 4 moves, right? 4 D4 and knight F6. So you see the column names that are starting with 5. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, etc. Which means first 4 moves are common for this table. Then 5th move onwards, they are giving the lines. Okay, line means these are various games that have happened. Various grandmasters have played this. He played like this, that game played like that, etc. So all of those is codified. Okay, and that is available. So this is like a complex knowledge. I'm just giving you so that you should know what it is and what to make of it. Okay, it is not that tomorrow you don't, in L3 I will never ask you to learn this, but you should just know that such a thing exists. Okay, it is like higher level, it is like 10th standard. Okay, but it is like
Is it like that we are in 3rd standard and this is for 10th?
Yeah, maybe, but sometimes you just need to know, right, what is there in the 10th standard. You don't have to study it, and you are not going to be taking an exam on that one. But it is not exactly 10th, but maybe in chess language it is like 6th standard. Okay, 6th, level 6 you will require all of this.
Sir, but we can try it. That's
You can try it. There is nothing stopping you. You should go and try it. Okay, so let me
watched Gambit in many games and I won most of them.
Yeah, very nice. So can you see here then?
Sir,
Yeah.
so how to open that encyclopedia?
Oh, you have to first of all buy it in a book or on ebook form, and then you will be able to see it. But nowadays it comes with a chess viewer and all, so you don't need to manually see it. It is there. Chessbase, if you go, then you will get it. But anyway, that's a separate thing. Please, I will just tell you. Yeah, Venkatesh. Oh, there is a. Okay, it is not exactly. Venkatesh was asking. Is there a notation that will tell you when white can checkmate in one move, or white or black can checkmate in one move? It is the way checkmate is written as hash symbol, right? Equal symbol with that cross line along it, hash line. And then it is written as something like it is made to follow, it is written. And hash 2, that means mate in 2 moves. Hash 1 means mate in 1 move. Hash 3 means mate in 3 moves.
You get it in the middle of the game.
No, sometimes it may happen if somebody has made really mistake. Venkatesh was asking from the previous page perspective. Okay, here he was asking. When I was giving all these symbols, that time he was asking. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. Now here, how to read this kind of encyclopedia is, we will take it E4 D5. In line one, what is happening is E D5. E D5 means white is capturing this, right? And what is the next move? Black is playing knight to F6 here. So knight to F6. Okay, and then what happens? D4. D4 and then knight to D5. So D4 means this, and then knight to D5 means this. Okay, so this is what is the game it is telling you, and it is giving you next to D4 there is a footnote symbol 1. Next to knight to D5 there is a footnote symbol 2. What is that? So there are footnotes given and which tell you about what all happened in that game. So D4 1 means, can you see here 1? These are the other alternatives to D4. Okay, somebody played bishop to B5 instead of D4, and then what happened in a grandmaster game? Okay, so grandmaster game is generally they make less mistakes, very less mistakes, right? Very few mistakes. So that is why those games are important. So they show that, oh, here instead of third move D4, some grandmaster played bishop to B5 against some other master, and that game continued like this. So it is all written here. BB5, BD7, bishop E2, knight D5, D4. So entire game, may not be up to full game, but sometimes up to 10 moves, 15 moves, they will give it. Okay, or if the game ends, they will give it. And then they will say, okay, between whom it happened? Dimitrov versus Rodriguez in the city Terrassa, 1996. This is how they are telling you. Okay. Then, so the way to read it is this one. And second footnote, let us take it. D4, black in the line they are showing black plays knight to D5 here. But if there is alternative, some game has happened where instead of black playing knight to D5, he has played bishop to G4. See here, then F3. So this instead of here, he has played bishop to G4 and then F3. And then what happened? So they have given here. Okay, and within that there are brackets. So sometimes 1 game, 2 game, 3 games also they will refer it here. See here, this is in square bracket. So after F3, bishop to F5, but in between, instead of F3, knight F3, if you had played, then what would have happened? That also they have given. Some master played knight F3 here, and that continued like this. It was between Lorenzo della Riva versus Di Bernardino in Manresa 2008. This happened, knight F3 was played. But in some other game, F3 was played, bishop F5, and that was between Volzin versus Gauzel in the city of Bergen in 2000. This is what happened. So like this, this is like too much, but I know, and I don't expect you to read all of this one, but this is just, I am just introducing you so that you just know this kind of a thing exists. If tomorrow, if you are becoming a master, you win school level, you win state level, and you are going to the thing, you will probably have to read some things like this. Okay. Yeah, Vihan. Yeah, Vihan. Yeah.
Sorry, sir, I raised hand
Okay.
by mistake. I forgot to lower it.
Okay. Fine. So this is what it is. Okay. This is just to know about it. Okay. Just you just know this is how it is written. And many games and a lot of, if you are studying openings later on, I never tell you to study openings in the beginning because you have to see, this is just in one page like this is there. Imagine 500 such pages. Okay, and then there are 5 more books, so 2,500 pages. It is becoming madness, right? Will become mad just learning all of this. So that's why it is not at this level. It is only later on. Okay. Fine. So that is it. With that, we are ending the thing.
Sir, but how can I get the book?
Oh, you can get it. You can buy it. I will send you the link if you really are interested.
Okay, sir.
Sir, I also want to study.
Yeah, but I don't suggest you buy these books at this level. These are not good at this level. If even for openings, I will tell you which book, if you at all you want to buy, I will tell you one book.
Okay.
It is very nice book from Gambit Publications, and it has got 50 openings reasonably explained, which you can learn at this level. That is enough. That is enough. I will send that link also. That is what I will recommend, not just Informant Encyclopedia. Encyclopedia is when if you start becoming a master. Okay.
Sir, today, sir, now do we,
Yes, there is an arena. I'm just going to create it and share it.
sir, in the evening L3 arena.
Yes, evening will be your team arena will be there. Today, now it will be a common arena, L2 and L3, and evening will be a team arena.
Sir, but everyone is from L2. I don't know why it's called L2 and L3.
No. Now you have reached now L3, right?
Okay.
So all of you have reached L3 now. So that is what it is. Okay.
So how are that L2?
Okay, Ishan is asking team arena, what is the difference? Actually, there is, okay, team arena means unless you are part of the team, you cannot play in it. Okay, open arena means anybody with the password can play, right? Anybody with the link and the password can play in the open arena. In team arena, you have to be part of the Leeches team. Then only you can play.